I am Megan, known as 1,000 Years, and this is my save file.
3, 2, 1. What is up, gamers? Woo! Welcome to the Save File podcast, where like every video game character, every gamer has an origin story to tell. I'm your host, Go Lion, and welcome to episode 20. And damn, episode 20 is a great way to have Miss 1,000 Years. What's up?
It's great to be here. I'm super excited.
Are you?
I am. I'm nervous and I'm excited. It's a great combination of feelings right now. My body's gonna explode.
So when I first initially invited you to this, how'd you feel?
Well, like I told you earlier, this is the first time I've ever done something like this. So I was kind of like, let's do it. Like, why not? I was excited, but I also was like, I might look like an idiot, but also I go live for 8 hours every night and I look like an idiot for 8 hours, so I think I'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll definitely be okay. Well, damn, again, I mean, before this, thank you. I've already said enough, but damn, thank you so much for coming through and doing this, especially since I know I've seen your stream schedule. It's definitely different, so I'm pretty sure you got awake.
Keep my eyes open. I'll be good. Thank you for considering me. Like I said, like I've never had someone reach out to me for something like this, so thank you for even thinking of me.
Of course. I mean, definitely when I prospect people, I mean, of course, word of mouth is definitely a huge influence. But at the same time, I like to do my own research and discover people because I've been following you before this. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I have an idea of your community and who you are, especially. And you're an awesome soul. And I definitely wanted you to come onto the show. So happy for you to be here.
Thank you.
You are welcome. All right. So we're going to dive right into this. So, Miss 1,000 Years. Tell us about your first gaming experience.
All right, well, this is gonna go way back. Like I remember playing video games since the Super Nintendo.
Hey.
Like I remember specifically in my bedroom when it was upstairs, a Coca-Cola can. Nelly's on the radio, and I'm playing Super Mario in my room, like Super Mario World. Like I specifically remember that. Like my parents were doing laundry, and I remember it was like a summer night, like because it was because I remember my mom like just got done yelling at me, you can't play video games all night, and like that's when I knew I was like, I'm gonna play video games my whole life. Like I specifically remember that moment. Like I'm telling you, like I remember the radio, like because whenever I hear that song, that's that Ride With Me song. Whenever I hear that, it reminds me of playing Mario as a kid.
Yeah.
So that's like my first gaming experience, and then I remember getting my PlayStation 2, and that's where I got really heavy into Kingdom Hearts, which is what I'm playing right now.
Yeah.
Kind of like go back. Mm-hmm. But that's like another game that like really just like hooked me in, and I was like, video games are gonna be my thing. That's what I'm gonna do. And then I got Xbox Live, and that's
you went all the way into that black hole.
Yeah,
you
that's
fell
when
deep
I
into
got
that.
Really sucked in.
Okay, well, we'll come back to that, I promise. But let's get right into the segment. So the first segment I would like to get into is your character creation. So with like every video game, we always set our character. So this topic's going to be about, we're going to dive deep into your background and about the person who you chose to become as of right now today. So let's start with something simple. 1,000 years. How'd you get that? Where'd that gamer tag come from?
I actually love the story behind my gamer tag. So like I said, I got Xbox Live, but I got it for a Christmas/birthday present because my mom got me an Xbox 360 and my cousin helped her set it up. So my cousin was like, what do you want your name to be? And my mom was like, I don't want no cupcake, zombie girl, flower lady, she's like, so my cousin was like, I don't know, like going through stuff, like, and eventually asked, what's your favorite song? My mom was really big into Twilight at the time, so she said 1,000 Years. And then when I started playing, I just never changed it. Everyone always said, oh, that's a cool name. And I was like, thanks. And then kept playing, and then I started streaming, and just kept with it. So it's my mom's favorite song.
From Twilight.
From Twilight, yeah.
So was it
the pale complexion to keep up with, the background of everything, the vampires and everything?
It fits the character, of course. So why not just 1,000 years? Why 1,000 years?
Because the song's a 1,000 years.
Oh, okay.
But
that makes sense.
The 1,000 like spelt out was already taken, so we had to do a 1,000.
Okay. Where are you from?
I'm from Indiana. Born and raised in the cornfields.
Yeah, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, we had a conversation about this. We literally grew up like an hour away from each other. I'm actually from Indiana, so that's crazy. But how was it like for you growing up in Indiana?
It's great. I couldn't imagine nothing more. We got beaches, mountains, beautiful scenery everywhere.
You full of shit, dude.
No. So, okay, so the part I'm from is not actually that bad. We do actually have the Lake Michigan Beach. The town I'm from isn't in the middle of nowhere. Like the surrounding towns are. So it's not the worst, but there really there's not too many opportunities. There's not. It's no city life, that's for sure. But I'm not 100% like country. I'm a good mix of both. Like I did 4-H growing up, so I worked on like farms and like messed around with farm animals. Like I've like shown animals like in the like the fair by me. Mm-hmm. But also like I've been to Chicago a lot, so I'm a good mix of both. I know a little bit of yeehaw and a little yee, if you know what I'm saying.
Unfortunately, I do. As much as I try to leave that life behind me, it's kind of embedded in my blood, and I'm just like, fuck. And then here we are. I'm talking to somebody from India, and I'm like, wow. I just gotta learn to accept this. Mm-hmm. So it is what it is, though. So I mean, how's your where you at nowadays?
Still in India, same place.
Who you living with?
My parents, loud and proud in my mama's basement.
Hey, that's what's up. How's who you closer to? Your parents?
I'm definitely closer to my mom.
Ooh.
Way closer to my mom. My dad does not understand. I don't even think he would know how to turn a computer on.
Oh, okay.
I think my mom's very close behind him. But my mom at least knows what the internet is and like how to work it. Like my mom will hang out on my stream. Everyone knows his mom is my mom. Like she comes and supports me, and that's like the coolest thing to me, that like she does that, because like I said, my mom's not much of like, my parents were both not much of like computer internet people. Mm-hmm. So my mom she hey, how do I set up, like when I first started streaming and like she realized I was serious about it, she's like, just give me an account, I want to come watch you. And I was like, okay. So
she drops into your streams and
every night,
gets part of the chat?
Night. Well, every morning, because my mom, she goes to work at like 3 a.m. so she comes in about 2:30, 3 o'clock, and she'll come and hang out. And then like whenever I go offline and I host someone, she'll always like hang out in person stream too, because she'll be at work. She just cleans, but she'll like have her phone sitting up and watches streams all day. So I think my mom, people know my mom probably more than me, honestly.
That's fucking amazing. That's awesome. So why is the relationship with your mom so strong?
Probably because she's always right. I was definitely a shit kid growing up. I was the middle child, so I was always a trouble kid. Like, I always was getting in trouble as a kid. And me and my mom did not get along at all. And then finally when I decided, like, hey, I should probably get my life together so I'm not, like, a train wreck my whole life, she was basically like, okay, like, so let's make amends, and, you basically listen to finally what I'm saying, and let's just move forward. And since then, like pretty much since that like turning point for us, because like we hated each other, me and my mom hated each other.
Interesting.
But like since that point, we just grew closer and closer, because I realized like she wasn't just being a bully, she was just being a parent, and I just was stubborn and didn't want to listen to her. But the fact that she supports, my mom's always had my back. That's something that like I'm definitely lucky about, and I know that's like there's other parents that definitely aren't like that. But my mom's always had my back. She's always supported me, whatever I wanted to do, whatever beliefs I've had, whatever I'm doing with my life, she's always supported me. And like, that's been like a huge reason why I've been really close to her, because I don't even have friends that support me as much as my mom does. And usually parents can be really hard on you. Mm-hmm. So I definitely take it for granted that I have a mom that does the way she does.
So why the rebellion when you were younger?
I don't really know what went wrong.
At least you're honest.
So I think it was just the fact that, I was heavily bullied growing up, like bullied bad. Like I remember one of my very first days of kindergarten, a girl called me a lesbian because I said she was pretty. Like
what?
Yeah, and I didn't know what that was. I remember going, but it's funny now because like I'd rather date. So maybe they were just psychic.
Okay.
But I remember like they would bully me, and then like I always was like into like alternative and like rock and stuff growing up, so then I was the goth kid, in like kindergarten or like in like 5th grade. And then so I wanted to be like the popular people in middle school, so like I begged my mom to get me like Hollister clothes and like, you know what, all the cute rich girls would always wear, you know, Hollister and Abercrombie and stuff. And like I don't come from a wealthy background by any means, so like I remember like one day wearing this blue Hollister shirt to school, and I was like, this is it, I'm gonna be popular now. Because you know how that is, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna be cool because I have the cool clothes. And then I remember everyone called me a poser that day and just ran me into the ground. And I was like so excited for me to like finally fit in with everyone. And I remember like that just being like so traumatizing to me. So I think that's pretty much what led to me. So I didn't have friends at school. I really didn't have any friends. I had like one friend, and she definitely was a bad influence. But most of my friends were from other schools, like the city schools. And we know that some city kids are a little bit crazier than the country kids.
Oh, yeah.
So I just kind of got into bad news with them a little bit. And then like I don't know, that was like when me and my mom like, you know, started to not be close and everything. So like I really didn't have a role model, so I was just kind of doing my own thing, burying myself in a hole.
So what were you doing to bury yourself in a hole?
Just being a little city rat, running around, staying out all night, not going to school. Like I started like smoking cigarettes at a really young age. I started drinking at a really young age because I was always hanging out with like older kids, you know. So like I was always like my whole growing up as a kid, I just wanted to fit in somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's where I ran into a lot of my problems, was instead of like just liking who I am, I tried so hard to fit in all these different groups. I tried to fit in with the older kids. I tried to fit in with the popular kids. Try to fit in with the rich kids, you know. Like I always try to fit in with someone, and like I never found that spot to fit in. So I think that's like, I guess, I don't know, just ultimately what led into me just always getting in trouble, because like I had more fun, you know, hanging out with the bad kids. Who, I mean, why not, you know? Like I remember like running from cops when I was a kid, just because like we were out late, but it was like out past curfew. Like it's like I never like stole a car or anything, or robbed someone.
Yeah.
But like I was just, you know, just innocent kid stuff. Like I remember we'd like hang out downtown like after like dark, like it'd be really late. Like I remember we'd always have one person that we'd have like watch for cops. Like we were never really doing anything bad. We would literally just like hang out downtown. But you know how that is. Like you think you're cool. Like the summer nights are different. The city's like, you know, or not the city, but my downtown's quiet, and like you're all just hanging out, like breaking the rules, breaking curfew, you know?
Yeah, of course. So I mean, as you were out here discovering yourself, when was the point where you felt like you discovered yourself?
It took a long time. I would say that I first started appreciating myself probably November 2nd, 2011.
Ooh,
was when
okay.
I first decided to get my life together. And actually it wasn't me that decided it. Someone, actually my amazing teacher, I had an English teacher, so I was a cutter for a long time. I'm very open about that. I'm very, like, more than happy to talk about that. So I started self-harming in 5th grade, and it got really bad 8th grade summer to like freshman year. And I remember so ridiculous looking back at it now. I remember going to school with my little sprained wrist band on and thinking that no one's gonna know what it's on there for, because I fell down the stairs, and when my teacher basically called me out of my bullshit and was like, take that off and show me. And I was like, what? Like, what do you mean? And I was like, I hurt my wrist, you know? And she's like, then show me if that's all it is. And I was like, and of course this was one of like the worst times I ever did it too, so I was so embarrassed. And so I showed it to her, and she's like, I'm not gonna tell the counselor if you promise this is your last day and you show me every day for the rest of this year. Because like if my counselor would have found out, obviously I would have got arrested, and I would have had to go to you know, I'd had to go to like a like mental health facility and stuff like that. And like I think she just knew that I could get myself out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually still have the journal. She bought me a journal, and she's like, I want you to write in this every day, whatever you want, whether you hate someone, you know, what this person did to piss you off, like what would your, because remember this was kind of still back when me and my mom didn't get along.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, what'd your parents do to upset you? Like, what caused you to hurt yourself? But she's like, but I never want you to do it again. And the coolest, most I think the coolest thing we did with these journals was at the end of the journal, we had to write 2 things that we either looked forward to, something we're proud of, something we want to improve every year, because we did this up until I graduated. This was freshman year. Every year would be something different, like, you know, something we're grateful for, you know, along those lines. So now I have 4 years of books written almost every day, 2 things I'm grateful for, 2 things I'm proud of myself, or, you know, so it was really helpful when I would struggle, I could go back and read those things. So that was like that one day talking with her. I actually just messaged her yesterday, 2 days ago. I always thank her randomly, just send her a nice thank you letter, like, thank you for saving my life. I tell her that all the time. Because I'm just, I would be dead if it wasn't for her calling me out one night. Because she basically, so obviously she helped me with the journals, but she's like, there's gotta be a reason you want to live. And I was like, there's not. At that point, I had nothing. I still never fit in. I had a really abusive boyfriend at the time. Me and my parents didn't get along. You know, I was just like, I was doing bad in school. I was like, I don't want to live. Like, I don't want to be here at all. And she's like, you don't have a sister that looks up to you? And like that, like, hit me like a brick wall. And I was like, what am I doing? I was like, what am I doing here? Like, what have I done with the last, you know, I was how old? Probably 14. So Jack was like 3. So what was I doing the last 3-4 years of my life? I was being an idiot. What kind of example was I setting? And that's kind of just what it took for me to be like, I have to change. Like, I'm not a shit kid. I'm not a shit person. I'm just stuck in these, I put myself in these stupid situations. And that's what my mom always said to me too. She's like, you know, you're not a bad kid. You're just making bad decisions. And from then on, I just...
What's the name of the teacher?
Mrs. Kwiatkowski.
Mrs. Kwiatkowski. Shout out to Mrs. Kwiatkowski. Holy shit.
Yeah, she's amazing. Like I said, I actually just messaged her the other day. Hopefully I'm going to grab some food with her this weekend because I think her all the time. I try to think her as many times as I think about her. She never, ever had to help me. There was not one thing she had to do she never had to choose to be kind to me or reach out to me, but she did. And she doesn't even know that she does know because I tell her all the time, but I don't think she realizes she actually saved my life. She gave me a reason to wake up and do better.
Did she keep tabs on, you said it was your freshman year, did she keep tabs on you to all the way to senior year?
Yep, we have a journal between each other, like, because I would write how my day was, and she would actually go back and like comment like, why do you think this person said this to you, or how did this actually make you feel, and do you think you can get past it? Like, she would like just give me like commentary back on my day and like how I can handle it like a woman and a mature person, you know, instead of lashing out on my feelings and stuff like that. But yeah, we kept those every year. We would have one, and like I said, I still have it. So I like still like to go back and read it and just realize like, man, I'm so glad I'm past that part of my life. Like, I'm so happy to be here and not where I was, you know, in high school.
You still journal?
I don't necessarily journal still, but I stream every night, and it's basically the same thing. It's like, because I get to talk with my community how my day was, and I can talk about how their day was, and you know, I just try to always tell them that I'm grateful for them. And
yeah, Magic made a good point saying that she gives it all to us. Yeah, that's actually a good point. Like, it's like a virtual journal. That's amazing. So after going through all that and just, you know, you right now looking back at it, what are some of the biggest things that you learned? And if anybody's going through what you went through, what could you tell them?
Get over it.
Okay, all right.
But I wish I could just go back to myself years ago and just be like, man, this bad day is going to look so stupid a week from now. Like, why did you beat yourself up over something so stupid for so long? Something that I tell my community all the time now, because I'm not past depression by any means. I'm not past my suicidal depressions by any means, but I'm so better at handling it. Like, I'm in such a better place, like so better at like handling those days. But I tell my community this all the time: if you take every moment of your life and you focus on all the negatives, you're gonna be sad forever. Or you can get over it. Or you can just say, this bad moment happened. This is how I'm gonna take it. This is how I'm gonna let it affect me. And I'm gonna focus on the positives in my life. Once you start focusing all your time on these negatives, the positives that you do have, because everyone does have at least one positive thing, they're breathing. You know? Once they stop they get so consumed in these negatives, like I did, you're gonna forget about your sister. You're gonna forget about your mom. You're gonna forget about your teacher. You're gonna forget about yourself. And once you do that, you're never gonna get in a better place. You have to learn to just accept the sad things that's happened, and you have to go back and look at positive things you have. Otherwise, you're screwed. And you have to do that within yourself. I mean, you could, of course, go to therapy. There's definitely therapists that'll help. There's definitely medication you could be on. But if you're like me and you're stubborn about both those things, you have to be strong enough in yourself to just put the negatives aside, and you have to move forward.
So what's the advice to build that strength within you?
Take a small step at a day, because I know it took me a long time, and I know that's like, it seems like the hardest thing in the world, but it's really not. You named your brain. I think people forget that you have full control over your body. Of course, you're gonna have some chemical imbalances here and there that you can't control and everything, but for the most part, you can control yourself. If you want to sit and be sad all day, trust me, I was really good at it. I sat and was sad for a long time, for every day. Or you can watch funny vines, or you can get into painting, or you can call your best friend, or you can go for a walk. There's options you can do to boost your mental health naturally. You just have to make yourself do it. And it's not that hard. Every day you at least get out of bed, for most people. And if you can do that, you can at least do one thing to treat yourself better. Like, I got really big into painting. That was my outlet also, was I would paint my feelings.
Okay.
And I would like try to get lost in my paintings. And obviously I know everyone's artistic, but just find something. Like I said, like when I lost like my artistic like touch of like helping myself, that's when I just was like, if I spend time with my sister, I'm in a way better place. Even if I just took myself out for a walk at the park or something like that, it just was those little things that you do those little self-care things, and it takes you don't realize how much it actually affects you, like how positive it is. Like, I'm not saying that you can get out of depression overnight, but it's definitely possible for anyone to get, for most people, we'll say. There's obviously some people that have really gone through some traumatic stuff, but if you're just in like kind of like a self-induced depression where you kind of fucked up like I did, it's definitely easy to get out of it. It's not the end of the world. You just gotta, if you can kind of dig yourself the hole, you can dig yourself back out.
If you can dig the hole, you can undig the hole. I like that. So you mentioned back when your teacher was calling you out at first, and then I don't know if it was your teacher, but you mentioned that, I mean, don't you have a sister? Why was that why was those words so strong to you to help you snap out of and help you reflect on what the hell you were doing?
I don't know why. I think it's because, like I said, I really grew up without the role models, because me and my mom just didn't get along. Once again, not that my parents are bad parents, but I just was the rebel kid, so I didn't look at her as a role model. I did have my older sister for a long time, because I do have an older sister as well. We're all about 10 years apart. She was there for me for a little bit, and then she moved off for college. So not that she like chose to up and leave me, but like when she was there, days were easier to understand, like, because obviously me and my parents would fight, and I would go and cry to her, and she'd be like, well, you were kind of being an asshole, you know, or like, well, you were talking back to mom, so she gave you, she had a reason to be mean to you. And once she left, I literally had no one. Like, I felt like I had no one to talk to and to deal with. And then I thought about like just how nice it was to have her there. And then it dawned when my Mrs. K said that, she like it showed me, I was like, holy crap, my sister also has no one to look up to. Like she looks up to me, and this is her example. I was like, I'm never home. I wasn't doing well in school, and like I've always had great grades. And I was like, this is what I'm showing her, is this is how you live your life. And I was so embarrassed. Like, I was like, I can't believe that this is what I want her to be. Like, I treat my sister like she's my child. Like, she means like the world to me, And I just think I was just so embarrassed that I wasted so much of my time that I could have spent with her. Because I'd said, like, I don't even remember her being a baby. Like, I don't remember her growing up because I was never home. I was busy sneaking out, you know, hanging out with all the friends downtown. Like, I would walk like 20 minutes to get downtown and hang out with them because I lived in the country. You know, everyone else was all in their little neighborhoods downtown. But I don't know. I think it was just the fact that I was so embarrassed that I wasted so much time that I could have spent with her, and that I set such a bad example for so long. But like now, just looking at my sister, I'm gonna try not to cry here. Like, I'm just so proud of her because like I've always been an open book with her. Like, she knows about my self-harm. She knows about me being a shit kid. Like, she knows that I'm so sorry for like messing up all the time. And I think that's what made her just such a beautiful, brilliant person that she is today. Like, she is such a good person, and she's got such a kind heart. She's not judgmental. Like, she just chooses to love and be nice to everyone. And like, I've told her, like, you know, like that I like smoked cigarettes when I was young, and I was, you know, sneaking out all the time. And I was like, don't be that person. Get your school done, focus on what you want to do with your life, and move forward. Like, don't get caught up in being an idiot like I was. And like, because I think the fact that I was also just so open with her, that's why like we're so close now. And like, it's just nice for me to be able to bounce back on all those years I messed up to make sure that she doesn't mess up. Like, I don't want her to, I'm not trying to control her life by any means, but I'm just trying to make sure she doesn't mess up like I did.
How's that looking so far? Okay, yeah.
I think she's doing way better job than I did. She's at least home at night. I had nails on all my windows. I don't know why, but probably because I could never stay inside. I was always leaving. I was always out.
You hinted that you went through some traumatic shit. What are some of those?
Well, so I had a really, really horrible relationship. This is actually I haven't touched on a lot for streaming because I don't like the whole pity thing. I don't know. But I decided to date a guy who broke my shoulder, broke my jaw, threw me in front of a semi. I have scars all inside my mouth. I have scars on my arm from his nails, like trying to rip me around the house and stuff like that. I've had to hide in a closet when the cops showed up. Like, I had put myself in a really bad situation for 3 years because I like I said, I was just so dependent on finding someone that loved me and like wanted to accept me because I spent so much of my life not having a place to call my home, you know, because I was just being an idiot. So I decided to stick with this person forever who, honestly, when we first started dating, he was great. And then he got his teeth pulled and got addicted to opiates. And whenever he was on drugs, absolute monster. He would be so terrible. But then once he was off drugs, he was the greatest guy ever. So I was, in my head, if I could get him off drugs, he'd be the great boyfriend he was. And so I spent so much time thinking, I'm going to fix him and everything's going to go back to normal. And yeah, that never happened. I almost died a lot. Like, he tried running me and my mom over before. He's broken my windows in my house. I'm scared to leave my house because of him. I always have my windows covered because he would watch me while I was sleeping to make sure I was home. So yeah, that's kind of like a big part of my life. Like I said, like that's like a big reason why I'm scared. I was scared to leave my house for so long because he would wait. He knew like where I would be driving. Like he always knew where I was. And it sucks because like that's hindered so much of like the stuff I want to do with my life. Like I said, like going to PAX East is so hard because I always freak out and like have panic attacks. And it's like, I know he's not gonna be there, but like sometimes I think just what if he is, you know? So that's one of like the really traumatic things that's happened. And like that's what he kind of like really stemmed my obviously my self-harm and like my attempts of suicide and stuff like that, because like I love this man and then he got so on drugs and I thought I could save this person and I didn't know that I couldn't. And the worst part was like his parents never believed me. It was always me that was the crazy one. And it just sucked. It was such, I hate myself for saying, I don't hate myself, I forgive myself now, but I hated myself for so long for staying with him. And it took, then again, it took so much time away from my sister too. Because he held me captive at his house. Like, I couldn't go anywhere. Like, I could only be at his with him. And his grandma's old. Like, she had no idea that I would be bleeding on the floor in the bedroom, and like, it sucks. I wish that part of my life like never happened, and I wish I was like strong enough to get out of that. But I'm also happy it happened because I'm able to once again just with like, I need some tissues. Just with, like the self-harm thing. Like, I'm happy I was strong enough to get past it because I can be there for people who don't think they are, and I can talk to people now and make that, you know, that someone that understands that like you can get past it. Like, it took a long, I hope that no one stays with someone like that for as long as I did, but you're not like all the people out there, like, and this goes for, you know, there's women that abuse, you know, men too. I definitely believe that, like, you're not alone. Like, don't feel like you can't get out, because you can. You can get away from that situation. It sucks because so many people like make it so like they make you feel like an idiot sometimes. Like, oh, well, why didn't you just leave? Well, we all have our reasons why we didn't just leave. Mine was because I thought I could, and I couldn't. And I hope everyone else realizes you can't fix someone like that. They need help. They need actual help. But like I said, I'm happy. I look at it, I try to find, this is like what I was saying, where if you get stuck in the negatives, you're never going to see the positives. I see the positive in it is I'm able to help people now. I'm able to, you know, be there for the people, like I said, that don't think that they can make it past. Because if I can, who's stopping you? You can too.
Well said. Yeah, well said.
Thanks. I told you I'm gonna cry, baby. So I'm gonna.
That's fine. We all have our moments, and this is definitely a good moment for you to definitely let that out. So thank you for sharing it.
Yeah, like I said, I want to be really open with this because, like I said, I started streaming because I wanted to make that safe place for people, and I want everyone to know that it's not. I've never had the sunshine and rainbows life. So that everyone can feel comfortable with coming to me, because I've pretty much gone through everything terrible that can happen to a person.
Yeah, Mad Hatter said she's here, she's making better choices and striving and succeeding and building such an amazing community who love her endlessly.
You know, thank you, Mad Hatter. You're awesome. I love my community. They're so nice.
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat. They're showing a lot of love, and y'all are fucking amazing. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
They are. Like I said, I've talked about multiple times, I always just wanted to find somewhere that I fit in, and like I finally have that. Like, I finally have people every night I get to talk to, and they're just happy and positive. And even when they have bad days, like, just to talk with them and stuff. Like, I tell my community all the time, like, they don't understand. Well, after this interview, they're definitely probably gonna understand why they're so important to me. But like, a lot of them don't understand, like, just them saying hello to me and like saying like nice, appreciative things. Like, it fucks me up. Like, it's so nice to finally feel appreciated and like I belong somewhere. It's been great.
And it's all because of you. You're the catalyst for all this. You created all this.
So they say.
Nah, that's not what I say. It's what we're seeing right now. This is definitely all you. I feel like you should give yourself more credit, you know?
I know I'm bad at that though.
But you deserve it.
Thank you.
Remember that.
Thanks.
You're welcome. So, on a good note, what was the turning point to where you said, fuck it, I'm leaving, I'm done with this shit?
As far as like when I like decided to get my life together was like I said, I actually have a tattoo right here, November 2nd, 2011. It's in Roman numerals. And then here's my sister's birthday, because like I said, she was when my teacher said like, hey, your sister looks up to you, you know? Like, I wanted to see this on myself every day because I mean, I'm a girl, I put makeup on, you know? So I look in the mirror every day and I would see those dates and have that constant reminder that you've made it this far, keep going. If you can make it one day having a good day, you can double it. You can make it 2 days, 4 days, 8 days, you know? You can go weeks, months of having good days. You just have to, you know, keep trying to do that. So I feel like it was just I was so fed up with being so sad all the time. I was so sick of being so sad that I was like, you know what? Fine. Teacher lady, like, you want to care about me? Let's try it.
Teacher lady.
Well, that's what I was like. I was so like, who are you? Like, you know, because I at that point I was so stubborn and just I hated everything, you know, because my whole life I spent being so sad all the time. And I was like, fine. You want to care about me? Sure. Because I still didn't really have a role model at that point. Like, so I was just like, you want to pretend to be the, you know, savior of my life? Go for it. And then she did. So I'm forever grateful for her.
That's awesome. Hold on, somebody's asking for your link in the mixer or in the chat. I'm gonna go ahead and link it right now. It's just 8,000 years, right?
Yep. Mixer.com/A1000 years.
There you go. For all the newcomers here, and y'all better be nice. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna say this right now. Are you looking at the chat right now, Megan?
Mm-hmm.
Who should I give the sword to temporarily for now to keep these people in check?
I mean, Drama you could if you want.
Drama Queen?
Yeah, either of those. Drama's another mixer partner.
There you go. Boom. There you go, Drama. You got the sword for now. I'm trusting you. Okay. Anyway, so let's look at the sunshine in your life. So you did video games. You did Super Nintendo. Mm-hmm. Tell us everything else. Your gaming career from the very beginning and now.
Okay, so obviously I played a lot of Super Nintendo. Super Mario World was a big one. Kingdom Hearts, I'm obsessed with that game. Like, it's my game. Like, I love Kingdom Hearts. Then I really got into, then I got a GameCube and I got into Super Monkey Ball and Luigi's Mansion. So I loved those games. And then I got my Xbox 360. And I'm telling you, that's when it all went really downhill. This is when I got Xbox Live and I started to play with other people and I was like, I'm gonna be the best. So I would play Black Ops 2 from the moment I got home until the moment I couldn't get my eyes open anymore. I would like be so dead at school because I was playing Black Ops 2 like all night. I was like, I want to be like the cool kids, you know, like that's where I started, you know, kind of finding a place that I fit in too. That was like one of the first places was because I was just on the internet, you know, no one really could judge me and I was pretty good. I was pretty good at the game. Okay. I don't remember that much about it, but I know I was pretty good for someone who's never played a shooter before.
Yeah.
And like that's where I made my very first friend, a fat Pop-Tart. Shout out to him. I know he's probably not here because he's usually one of the Twitch users. But he was one of my very first friends. I remember we played together and we stopped playing together and I ran into him in a lobby and like I was like, hey, I recognize your name, and like he was my very first Xbox friend, and we're still best friends this day. Like, we still pretty much talk almost every day.
Dope.
But, like, we would always play, you know, games together and stuff. So I would, like, grind out Black Ops 2, and then I kind of liked Call of Duty. I was always a Call of Duty person. Mm-hmm. I kind of liked Ghost. I'm so sorry. My dog is barking so much. I'm gonna...
It's very faint.
Is it very faint? I'm so sorry. She's upstairs because my sister's about to be home. So she's barking at the door.
It's fine. It's fine. It's not over. Yeah, it's not overwhelming.
Okay, I'm so sorry. That's what she's doing. She knows Jacqueline's about to be home because school just got out. So she's having a heyday at the door. And she'll bark for like the next 15 minutes. So please tell me if I need to go grab her and like move her.
It's fine.
So I swear she's getting closer. Yeah, she's walking to the back door. I hope she doesn't. She's gonna bark right above me. Are you sure you don't want me to go move her?
I'm starting to hear her now, yeah.
Okay, she's literally coming above my room. Okay, is that fine if I...
Yeah, that's fine. Damn.
Literally as soon as I took my camera off, I heard them come in the back door. So that's why she was barking.
Okay, crazy. Cool.
So, sorry about that.
Awesome. Okay, so Call of Duty 2. I was actually I got into Black Ops 1, actually. The very first one.
Yeah, my first online game was Black Ops 2.
Okay.
That was my first. So I never played any of the Call of Duties before. So I kind of got into Ghost, but like one of my big things, which I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but I absolutely shredded at Advanced Warfare. I would pay $50 for someone to beat me in Advanced Warfare. I don't know what it was. Well, you gotta also understand, I only played really Black Ops 2 before then. So Call of Duty to me wasn't 100% boots on the ground. I never really played it a lot. Mm-hmm. But when Advanced Warfare came out, I shredded at that game. I was so good. They had like clan wars. I would call off work to like
Committed.
wars. Like, it was crazy. Our clan was Darwin's theory. Like, we were the best, you know, the strongest will survive kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then I got really big into Overwatch. That was like my other, my next really big game. Overwatch was my game.
Are you on PC?
No, I'm not. I'm on Xbox.
Oh my god.
I know. I'm gonna eventually venture into the
PC realm.
The PC realm, but
yes,
I built a streaming PC, not a streaming and gaming PC.
Okay.
So I don't have the CPU to stream and play. Like, I can play and I can stream, but not at the same time. I gotta get a couple stronger perks for that.
Yeah, I'm really into Overwatch. That's why I got excited. I was like, damn, we could link up and just climb the SR together. Let's get it.
I mean, I'd be down, but that has to be an offline thing for now at least.
For sure.
Well, who's your mains?
My mains, I'm off tank main, so Hog and Zarya. And I'm actually learning Ryan. Ryan, dude, I slept on Ryan for the past 2 years. Now I'm starting to learn Ryan. I'm a fucking beast at him. I'm sorry. Like, I'm just like, dude, like, I think I'm a Ryan main now. I just recently discovered this 2 weeks ago. But yeah, what are you? What's your role?
I usually do Zenyatta or Pharah is like my
so you're healer.
But I've been playing a lot of Moira, like, honestly too. That's been another person I've been playing, but I'm a little bit too aggressive and less healing as Moira.
That's fine. Yeah, it's just honestly that's what it takes to be a good Moira, is that you have to have that balance, of course. So, but I mean, if it gets to the point where your teammates are like, damn it, fucking heal me, and then you're like, okay, I gotta chill.
They healing.
I didn't healing. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so I got really heavy into Overwatch, and then I played a little bit of Fortnite, maybe like the first 3 seasons, but it was constantly changing, and I couldn't keep up with it.
Yeah,
I was like, I don't know what the hell's going on anymore. Like, one day this gun's here, one day it's not. One day I can jump off a jump pad, next day I can't. Like, it was like constantly changing, so I was like, I don't really like the inconsistent. Like, not that I think the game is absolutely genius.
Yeah.
I just don't care for it.
Same.
But like right now, I guess my main games would be Apex. I'm really getting heavy into Apex. I've been trying to get good at the game. I've been playing with people that are just absolute monsters at the game, and just kind of like learning how they're playing, like their play style, like how do they, you know, rotate and all that kind of stuff. Like, I'm trying to get pretty good at Apex. I also play a lot of Dead by Daylight. That's another game I really enjoy. I just like the fact that it's kind of like a co-op horror game, like thriller game, and there's like a lot of like well-known characters. Like, some of the killers can be Michael, they could be Freddy. They've got like a clown. They've got like, you know, just like such a variety. They have Ghostface in there.
Is it crossplay?
I just like the variety of it. Is it cross-platform? Is that what you said?
Cross-platform.
No, but you can play it on PC too. Like, there's a lot more PC players for Dead by Daylight, I think, than Xbox, just because I mean, it's a little bit more smoother on the PC.
a little bit?
A little bit, though.
You need to get in that PC realm, man. It'll change your life.
Well, I actually play PC Dead by Daylight. I have played that.
Oh, okay.
Another good, a really awesome mixer partner, Respect Tech, he plays a lot of PC, and he kind of talked me into it. I was like, but I have to plug the controller in. I tried keyboard and mouse.
Yeah. There's definitely a learning curve. Yeah, it's definitely a learning curve.
But I'm actually, like I said, I'm actually replaying all of the Kingdom Hearts right now for my stream. Starting from the very first one, I think there's like 9 or 10 games. We're playing the story so far, which actually also just came out on Xbox, where it has Kingdom Hearts 1, Chain of Memories. Right now we're on Kingdom Hearts 2. We're gonna be obviously still playing like the in-between and showing the in-between like little like video, like, what's it called? There's like a fancy name for it. Like cinematic movies kind of thing that they put together, and then we're gonna play Kingdom Hearts 3 and the new DLC that just came out this year.
Nice.
So yeah,
you mentioned it before the Xbox. You said, you know, Kingdom Hearts was really stood out for you, but what was it? Why that game? Why did that game capture your heart so well?
You know, I'm just an emo kid, and I'm always emotional. That's got a really good storyline to it, so I think that's why I like it so much. And another thing too, I think, is because my sister and I played together as kids.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of like why I have even more of a connection to it. Is I remember her loving Kyrie and Naminé, and So she like we would always play that. So when I remember like when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, like me and her were so excited. Like I remember because I was playing Kingdom Hearts 3 when I got my partner button, like when I got my sub button.
Mm-hmm.
So a year later, like we're playing it again. And it's just kind of cool.
Aww.
I actually didn't plan that on purpose. Like it just kind of happened.
Yeah.
But like I remember like me and her like counting down the hours for Kingdom Hearts 3 to come. So I don't know, just something about like that game just reminds me of my sister, and obviously we know by now why she's so important to me. So
Yeah.
but it's just overall the game. It's got good graphics. It's like Disney meets Final Fantasy. So
Hell yeah.
I'm not much of a Disney person growing up. Honestly, I was never a movie person. I don't know anything about movies or TV shows. But I think that's kind of why I like it too, because then I get to actually know a little bit about Disney while also playing, a game that I enjoy, and also the storyline is just super dramatic, and I'm a big fan of it.
Of course. All right. Before we get into the subject about how'd you even started streaming, I want to ask a question about your brand. So I notice when I'm on your brand, it's a lot of galaxies and dealing with the stars, and you're wearing the NASA shirt. So what is your thing with that?
Okay, so I also have my little alien on my hand.
Oh, that's tatted.
Yeah, that's tatted. It's forever. I'm not good. And this was actually it was way before I started streaming.
Okay.
I actually have quite a few tattoos. I have another alien tattoo on my leg. So why the aliens theme? Honestly, so when I was like kind of like trying to get an idea of what streaming was about, I was like, what is something that I'm never gonna get sick of talking about? Aliens. I love the thought of aliens, outer space stuff. Conspiracy theories is a big thing for me.
Yep.
So just all of that kind of is something that no matter how many times someone comes to my stream and asks, why is there an alien? Well, why is everything, this, I'm never gonna get sick about talking about it. So that's kind of why I went with that theme.
Dope. Yeah, I'm really yeah. Shit, I'm really into that as well. That's a whole nother subject we get into, but yeah, I'm very deep into the whole idea of that we are not alone. Okay, people.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't give a fuck what y'all say. We're not alone. We're not.
Absolutely.
Okay, so streaming. So how does streaming get involved?
Well, like I said multiple times now, I always need a place I need to fit in. So let me go to like the very basics of things. So I don't even know how I found Mix. Like I know I found it on my Xbox, but I don't remember what struck me to get on.
Xbox probably.
Yeah, like what? Yeah, like I remember like seeing it. I was like, why do I want to watch someone play games? Like why do I want to do this? But I remember going there and Covent was featured, and I was like, okay, let's watch this dude. See what he's about. And from that day forward, I never missed a stream. Unless like, I was like, I don't know, at work or something. I watched him every night. Like I thought Covent was hilarious. I didn't care what game he was playing. Like that was back when he was like big into Fortnite. And he had Covent Towers and whatever the big place is. I don't know. It's called Tilt Towers, I think. He would call it like Covent Towers. But I remember like me and my sister, we would come home from school, or I would come home from work. She would come home from school. We'd order some food and we'd watch Covent every night. Like I watched him for about a year before I was like, I got really bad into a really bad mental health place again, and I was like, maybe I can create a community like his. So I went live and had my one viewer for a little while, and it was pretty much Sundog. I don't know if Sundog's in the chat. It might be a little, but he was my very first one of my very first followers, one of my very first supporters. I would just come home and I'd play Jackbox with my friends from work. Like we'd get home from work and I'd go live and they would play Jackbox with me, and sometimes I'd stream my Call of Duty. And that's actually why I didn't get into I stopped playing Overwatch for a long time, because I was streamed directly off my Xbox. Like I took webcam into my Xbox and went live. And Overwatch for some reason was way too blurry and broke up. So I'd just stream these little games here and there, and next thing you know, I was hitting 100 follows, 500 follows, 700 follows, 1,000 follows, 2,000, 3,000. I applied for partnership, and I was like, what the heck's going on? It was like, I never planned to be a partner. I never planned to actually take this seriously. I just needed somewhere to go and someone to talk to. And I don't know, I just think that it all happened for a reason. Like I said, like I started streaming because I needed a safe place to go, and I'm continuing streaming because I want to give that back to people.
Yeah. So explain your experience when you got partnered.
I couldn't believe it. So I'll never forget, actually, like a couple of days before I got my button, I got my first raid from Pop Dim Tarts, who's another amazing mixer partner. She came in, and her raid was #apply for partner, and I actually already did and kept it a secret from everyone, and I was just waiting for my button to drop, and I was like, oh, I don't know, I might apply, I don't know, like and I remember we were actually in the Pirates of the Caribbean world on Kingdom Hearts 3. I remember specifically. And like trying to play it off like, I don't know, I might apply, and then like next day or the next 2 days after that, my button dropped, and it was surreal, like, because I didn't even know what a mixer partner was. Like, I was like, I didn't know what I still don't know what I'm doing when I'm streaming. I literally just go live and hope for the best.
Yeah.
But it was crazy, like, because when people said, like, when they first said, we're like, you're gonna try to be a mixer partner, I was like, I don't know what that is. I was like, I don't know what it means to be a partner. Like, I don't know what it takes to be a partner. Like, I'm just trying to be happy, trying to, be positive and make a good impact on the world. And yeah, I don't know, it was pretty wild. But like I said, I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change where I am for anything. I'm in such a better place. Like, I'm so happy I became a partner. Like, Mixer is such a great community. Like, it's so like connected, and some of the partners that I made friends with are absolutely insane. Like, they are so genuinely kind. Dad Got Game, Duke of Stormbreaker, Crix, Drama Queen, Moogie, like, some of those people, I cannot believe that the world kept us apart, because they're such nice people, and I just wish I had people like that in real life. Like,
growing up, right?
What I had in high school and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, they're just so kind, it blows my mind. And even just like the Mixer staff, like how just I know there's like a lot of like weird stuff going along with that, like going around on like social media with that right now, but like I think the Mixer staff is kicking ass. Like, I think they're doing great things. I really think they're doing great for the platform. And I mean, overall, I'm just so proud to be a Mixer partner. Like, I think I just am like so honored to be able to represent Mixer and show what streaming is all about. It's not just playing video games, people stare at you. It's about building that community, making the impact you can every day. And, while also being able to be professional, too, like, because I try to take my streaming as professional as possible with a little bit of like personality, but like, just being able to like talk with my partner manager and like talk about future plans, like after streaming and stuff like that, it's just really, I don't know, it's just such a well-balanced job. And like I said, I'm just so happy that I decided to go for partner, even though I really wasn't sure what it meant. But now today, I'm so happy that I did, because I feel like I'm like the luckiest person to be a Mixer partner. I'm so happy about it.
Congratulations to your success. Like I said,
thank you.
You deserve everything that you have and what's coming to you. It's awesome.
Thanks.
Looking forward to your career. It's gonna be exciting, man.
Hey, I don't care what happens. I don't care if I hit 100,000 follows. I don't care if I hit 1,000 subs. I don't care if I, become the next ninja. As long as I keep my community, that's all I care about. I could care less about numbers. I could care less about views. As long as I have those people to go to every night and they have me to go to, that's all I care about. I don't care about being rich and famous. That's not anything I've ever wanted in my life. I just want to be happy and make the world a little bit better.
Of course. All right. Well, thank you for sharing your character creation. That was amazing. That's a hell of a creation that you created for yourself, and you definitely opened up. I'm pretty sure your audience and your a little bit. What more you want to say?
No, that's pretty much everything. It's sarcasm. You just rambling as usual. Okay.
All right. Well, the next part we're gonna get into, the next segment, is setting your attributes. So, like every video game, when you create your character, you got to set your attributes. So I'm gonna name a few characteristic traits, and you're gonna rate yourself from 1 to 5, 5 being the highest.
All right.
Let's do it.
I'm excited.
First one, curiosity.
Ooh, I would say I'm pretty curious. So probably a 4.
Why 4?
I always want to learn. Every day I learn something new. I,
Good answer.
if you can ask my community. I never stop working. It's bad, like, but I love it. I love being that way. My mom always raised me to be that way. If you have downtime, you have work time. Like every day, I'm like trying to learn something new I can add to the stream, or just I'm always curious how can I better engage with my community, or just playing games offline. Like I'm always curious how I can improve.
Yeah.
And I always want to learn.
Awesome.
So I'm pretty curious, and I always overthink a lot of things. So
Was
all the 500 outcomes.
What was the last thing? I guess like the last fun fact you learned.
Oh gosh, I'm sure my community is gonna say something stupid. They're gonna be like, "She learned that the color blue is blue." That's something fun I learned recently. Oh man.
This is where I play like Jeopardy music.
Yeah, right? You're the blonde. You gotta calm down, okay? This is a lot of thinking. I had to think about what I learned. Let's see. I know, right? I'm trying to figure out. Someone in chat's gonna say something.
Right? Llamas are the best.
Know. Okay, so actually here's something kind of cool. This is not like a typical answer, but I kind of learned how to cook recently. Okay.
Well, what was your first dish you dabbled into?
I've actually been making some real food. Like,
some real food.
No, listen here. Okay, so I've grown up eating takeout, or like eating like leftover restaurant food. Like,
yeah.
When I say like I actually learned to make real food, like I've made like chicken with vegetables, like like steamed asparagus, or like garlic roasted vegetables. Like I made like I bought a crock pot. Like I bought like actual cooking items, like
cooking software and hardware.
Yeah, pretty much. Because like I literally never cooked growing up, but I love cooking shows, and like I said, I was finally sick of paying for delivery every day, and I wanted to eat just like healthier because I just feel like garbage all the time. So I was like, I'm gonna go to the grocery store and I'm gonna buy real food. So I guess I've learned cooking techniques is something new that I learned, and I'm super excited to learn more about cooking. Like I'm excited to go to the grocery store and buy more food.
Okay, so like we said before the show, we're both kind of like, what's that word? Mama boy, mama girl, I guess you could say. And one of the things that I recently discovered is that if there's any way, God forbid, when our parents leave, if you still want to keep their spirit with you, learn their recipes. Definitely learn their recipes.
Yeah.
So if you need to learn to cook,
I gotta learn my mom's biscuits and gravy.
There you go. See, master that shit. Master that shit.
My mom is really good at that.
Yeah, master that shit, and your mom will live forever. It's amazing. Something about food. There's just such a deep connection to it. It's such a deep connection to it. But yeah, biscuits and gravy. That's gonna be good. All right. Next one is gratitude.
Oh, 5.
Why 5?
I'm grateful for everything.
What is
everything that's happened to me? Even that stuff I hate that happened to me, I'm grateful for it.
What is something that stands out for you the most?
I guess it's kind of a general thing, but I'm actually grateful for the bad things that's happened to me, because I would not be the person I am today without them. I don't think I'd be nearly as kind. I don't think I'd be nearly as open-hearted and non-judgmental and just trying to be a positive. I would not be a positive person if all the bad things didn't happen to me. You have to have dark in your life to understand the light, and vice versa. You have to have light, or backwards and everything. But I would just say, like, I don't know, I'm just real grateful for those things, because it showed me how important my mom was to me. Those negative things showed me how important my sister was to me. It showed me how important self-care is to myself. I'm grateful every day just to wake up and eat. I'm grateful every day that I get to talk to a community of people all around the world, from Australia to New Zealand to Canada to over in the UK. Like, I get to make friends all across the world. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful just for, everything. I'm just grateful I'm grateful for still being here.
Awesome. Patience.
Oh, patience. What would I mean? Oh, man, I don't know. I'm not patient. Oh, man. I would probably put that on the lower end. Probably like a 2. I'm patient, but I have that anxiety factor.
Okay.
So if that kicks in, I'll leave the situation. Like, if I'm pretty not good at being patient.
Confidence.
3, I would say. I'm confident behind a webcam. I'm not confident not behind a webcam.
Explain that.
I'm confident behind a webcam because I think it's, well, obviously, visually wise, you guys get to see my favorite part of me, you know?
Okay.
And this is my safe place, you know? I still have anxiety attacks sometimes when I'm streaming, but not nearly as much as if I were to go into the real world. When I go to the real world, that's like when the panic and the anxiety gets really bad and my confidence goes low. Like, I just feel like everyone's judging me and everyone's like making fun of me, everyone's talking about me, and like every bad thing, you know, like I'm not safe here, you know, stuff along those lines. So I'm definitely confident at home behind webcam going live, but once you get me out of my comfort zone, I kind of suck until I get back in that comfort zone again. Once I'm comfortable, my anxiety's not ruling my life, I think I'm very confident and I'm very, you know, like I remember that I'm proud of myself and I love myself, but that anxiety factor really can kick my ass sometimes. And
so that's the trigger to self-doubt of your confidence. Your anxiety. Okay.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right. Next one. Spirituality.
I don't know. Maybe a 3 as well.
Okay, explain.
I'm kind of all over the place with spirituality. From anywhere from a religion to believing in afterlife to astrology, all that kind of stuff. I'm kind of iffy on all that. I'm an overthinker, so I like to question everything. Like, I like to, when it comes to any sort of religion, any sort of afterlife, any sort of karma, stuff along those lines, I don't 100% believe in them, but I don't 100% not.
Yeah.
I'm kind of in the middle with that one.
You sound a lot like me. I was actually doing a lot of research to see if, you know, I was tired of saying that when people asked, but there's a word for it. It's called omnist. We're omnists. So basically, omnist means we don't practice any religion, but we do find truth in all of them.
Yeah, I would say that's a good way to put it. Yeah, my main thing is this kind of sounds a little goofy, but I don't want to believe in anyone but myself. So I believe that I don't want to believe in anyone but myself. Like, I don't want to believe in like a non-confirmed higher person. I would rather just know that right now, right here, this is all me. I make my decisions, you know, kind of thing. Could there be all these other things, other religions and, you know, stuff believe in? Absolutely, but I haven't seen it yet. All I've seen is myself making decisions. So I would say I guess we're pretty much on the same page there. I'm not doubting everything, but I'm not believing everything either. But I want to know more about everything.
Of course.
I want to learn all about it.
It goes back to what Socrates says, is that know that you know nothing. It's like,
pretty much.
That's a good definition. That's a good definition of that.
One of my favorite lines in Kingdom Hearts is, "You understand nothing." So pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, it's deep philosophical thing.
The more you learn, the less you understand.
Yeah, which is, this is like that whole cycle of, it's a never-ending cycle, man. It's like endless curiosity, and we'll never know anything, but yet we'll never know anything. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it makes my head explode, and I can't sleep at night, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, exactly. Next one, charisma.
I would say probably like a 3 or 4. I'm pretty charismatic. Like, I don't know. I think I let a lot of like my personality shine a lot, even when it's not the best side of my personality in a way. I don't know. I'd say I'm pretty outgoing for the most part. As long as my looks again is long. Like, I always say that it's like a devil and angel on my shoulder. I have myself.
Okay.
And who's gonna win? You know, is my anxiety gonna take over for a bit, or am I gonna take over? You know, like the real me that isn't, you know, shadowed by my anxiety. But as long as that's not there, I'm great. I think. I think I'm very good at like showing myself and being like spoken, and like I'm definitely not like shy, or I don't keep myself hidden for the most part. Like I said, I am very proud of who I am for the most part, as long as my anxiety is not trying to ruin my life.
Of course. Yeah. Forgiveness.
Ooh, I'm a very forgiving person. Sometimes too forgiving. I would probably say 5. I am very understanding of a lot of things that I don't think a lot of the world is understanding of, and I wish they were. Whether it comes to friendships, whether it comes to relationships, whether it comes to family, family matters, what to people doing something wrong. Like, I'm very forgiving, and I try to always see the positive side of why people acted the way they did, even when I feel like it's sometimes really hard to understand why. But I would definitely say I'm very forgiving, and sometimes too forgiving, and not everyone deserves to be forgiven. They do, but like there's some people that have like definitely done some really mean stuff, even just to me, and I shouldn't forgive them, but I mean, I should forgive them, but I shouldn't forgive them,
Yeah.
But I have, just because I just want to be the better. I just want to be the bigger person and just get over it. Like I said, I don't want to focus on those negatives my whole life. I'd rather just forgive and forget and move on.
Yeah. A lot of people think that misinterpret forgiveness is that they think that if they forgive them, they're considered weak, but it's really showing that you're strong and you're not letting that shit control your future. It's definitely what it is. And then there's I like how you keep reiterating that you're too forgiving. I would like to, since you're a very curious individual, I could tell there's a lot of Zen lessons, Chinese proverb. May I share a Chinese proverb with you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So, in the subject of forgiveness, if you blame others, you'll never forgive them. If you blame yourself, you're halfway there. But if you blame no one, you have forgive them.
That's a great way to look at it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's how, like I said, like that's kind of how I try to just go about it anyways, I just kind of just try to accept the situation and move past it.
Of course. Yeah, buddy. Next one, open-minded.
Oh, 5. I'm not judgmental whatsoever. I'm open-minded about everything. That is not terrible.
That is not terrible.
Like as far as like I'm open-minded with everyone, pretty much every situation. Like my best. So I mean, I'm everywhere. So any sort of LGBT thing, I love it. I'm all about it. I stand behind it. Any sort of, even like, and I'm even open-minded to the point where I understand why certain people don't support that.
Yeah.
Like I understand that some people religiously, it's not okay in their book, and I can understand that. And like I'm not gonna get mad at them. But I'm, like I said, like I'm very open-minded. Like I understand why some people, don't see the okays about certain situations. With religion, like I said, I don't really, believe in anything, but I'm not against anything. But I understand and I respect people that are very Christian or are very, atheist or or, Buddhist or whatever you may be. I don't really. I'm so sorry. Now my dogs are running around upstairs. I'm, I don't care if you're the smartest person, if you graduated with straight A's or out of middle school year. I don't care. Like as long as you're a good person, I'm gonna be good to you and respect you. I'm not.
Of course.
I would say I'm very open-minded.
Self-awareness.
I'm pretty high on that one, I would say too. I would say probably a 4.
Why not a 5?
Maybe not a 5, but
why not a 5 though?
Because I think that I could always understand myself better, and I think I could still improve from where I am today. I still have my slip-ups where I let my past kind of control me. I mean, I still let my anxiety control me. But
it's fine. It's not that bad. I promise.
I think I could improve that a little bit. I think I could, like I said, I think I could try to get a hold on my depression and my past a little bit better and my anxiety. But for overall, I think I'm doing pretty well. I'm not going to beat myself up over it. I think over time, I'll understand it better.
Courage.
Probably a 3, because the fact I want to be courageous about everything. I want to, put my foot down about what's right, and lead the nation to happiness. But I also know that I'm scared of the world. So I have the side of me that, like the devil and angel kind of thing. I have the side of me that really wants to do all these great things, but I know my agoraphobia is gonna not let that happen. So I would like to be, that super courageous person. That's why I try to, share as much of that positivity and, strength behind my, my webcam, because I know sometimes in person I'm not good.
Makes sense. Respect.
I would say I'm probably high on the respect end as well, because I think that's gonna go with the open-mindedness of, if you are a good person, I'm gonna be good back to you. But that's why I can't really give that number, because if I know I'm not gonna bat an eye at you. So I think there's definitely people that I don't know, I think I'm rude or something like that, but I don't like to spend time with people that I know are good people, because there's enough actually good people that I want to highlight in the world. So I don't know, I'd probably put myself at a 4, because I do respect a lot of things and everything, but I don't respect people. I don't like people that are disrespectful. I don't like people that are rude. I don't like people that go all their way to be mean. I don't like people that are toxic. Any of that. Like, I'm not respecting. I'm not being nice to that. I'm not even gonna give you the time of day. No.
Makes sense.
All
right. Competitiveness.
Well, I'm pretty competitive. I grew up playing sports, and then I played video games. So I would say probably a 4. I'm not the sweatiest, but I definitely will try to be. I'm not the best at sports or games, but I'm definitely gonna, if someone says like I'm better than you, I'm gonna pretend that I'm also better than them. So I might not actually be, but
I'm gonna portray that I am.
I'm definitely a shit talker when
sweaty.
it comes to competitive. Yeah, I definitely am a wannabe competitive person. I'm just probably not there yet skill level wise, both physically and when it comes to video games.
Yeah. What was it? You played softball?
I played softball, soccer, volleyball, basketball.
What'd you like the most?
Softball, hands down. I'm a baseball, softball person. Go Cubs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess.
Go Cubs, baby.
I guess.
I got a Cubs tattoo.
Do you really?
When they win the World Series, I messaged my tattoo artist and I was like, if you don't get me in tomorrow and tattoo this, I'm never coming back. So he drew me up a little World Series, like, it's got the little Cubs hat with a W on it. It says 216. It's got like bats and a little ivy from Wrigley.
Nice. How many tattoos you got?
27.
27? So y'all sleeved up, or are they just like different spots?
No, I actually kept my arms clean. I started from my legs up, pretty much. I have like one on this arm, I think. I always get it mixed up because the webcam's backwards and my whole life's backwards now. But I've got my feet, most of my below my knees are covered.
Yeah.
I've got probably like a 1/4 of my torso covered. I obviously have these ones. I have one on my shoulder, like just lyrics on my shoulder, and then I have my hands.
So like you pretty much like sleeving your legs, or it's just random like pop art?
I want to sleeve my whole body eventually, but that's really expensive. I've wanted to be covered in tattoos as a kid. I think people don't realize that like I'm a very alternative punk person, but I've always been an emo kid at heart. So
that's never gonna die in you.
Throws people off.
Yeah.
But I've always been like a little scene kid, little emo kid.
A little scene kid.
A lot of people don't know what scene girls were, but I my hair and have like my cheetah eyeshadow and my robot t-shirt, my purple skinny jeans.
You know, it'd be great if you had a picture of that.
I could probably send you one. I could probably find one on my MySpace.
Definitely do that. Definitely do that. Definitely do that.
I don't know if it's in my Discord still, but I think I did post them in there eventually.
Damn.
My little emo days.
All right, next one. Sensitivity. And no, not your controller.
Yeah, all the way. 3. I think I'm very split on this because I cry over Super Bowl commercials, but I'll never let someone say something to me that makes me upset. So like I'm
Really?
really sensitive when it comes to I'm really sensitive when it comes to I guess like movie. I'm a huge like music person. Like lyrics could like make me cry for days. Like rest in peace, Mac Miller. I could listen to Mac Miller every day and cry over him. Like I'm such like an emotionally attached music person. Like movies make me cry. Like I'm not kidding when I say I don't watch the Super Bowl because I can't stop crying at the commercials. Like some of those get really touchy and I get teary-eyed. Like I can't watch like like circuses or anything because like when the dramatic music plays like I'm such a crybaby. I'm such a crybaby. But if someone tries to bully me, attack me, a troll comes to my channel, someone says something to my face, I could care less. Yeah, I'll knock someone out of here. Not really. I don't promote violence at all. Please don't be violent, anyone. But none of that will ever affect me. No one can ever be mean to me. I was a bartender and a server before I was a streamer, so like whatever someone says behind a keyboard, I've had said to my face, and I still had to be professional about it. Like I couldn't tell them to go fuck themselves like I would on stream. So none of that's gonna ever faze me. I think that everyone should be a bartender or a server before they ever be a streamer, because then you'll see that the world really can be that cruel, but in person.
Of course.
And you gotta be able to handle that.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Speaking of that, highly recommend if anybody has never had some kind of job dealing with people, retail or anything, definitely recommend doing it. You'll definitely learn a lot, not about other people, but definitely a lot about yourself on how to handle certain situations.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, last one. Luck.
Oh, 1.
Come on, now you can't give yourself a 1.
Okay, honestly, maybe a 1 or 2. I'm not even kidding. I think I'm a very unlucky person, whether it comes to experiences, problems with my streams. My car has been hit and run 5 times. I lose everything. I break everything. I drop everything. I uninstall Windows. You know, like I am very. I've never had like something great happen. Okay. Like something like winning a large amount of money, or you know, like at a casino, like you did well, or winning a prize out of a raffle or something. You know, like something that you usually say is lucky for. Like I've never had any of that. It's just a bunch of me breaking stuff, and like I said, my car is a big thing because I finally purchased a real car. Like, you know, making payments on it. Like I got a nice Nissan, and I've been reversed into in a drive-through. I decided not to drive drunk, so I left my car at the bar and Ubered home. Well, my friend gave me a ride home. And I picked it up and the whole back end is completely destroyed. Hit and run, no cameras in the parking lot. It's also been hit a few more times. Like a Walmart cart was pushed up against it, and like apparently, I don't know, came from Ohio and just flew in.
It came from Ohio.
How fast could a cart be going in a parking lot that it left that big of a dent in my car? I have no idea. But
oh man,
I don't know. I've definitely been super unlucky with stuff. Like I just got a really nice gift for my birthday, and I went to go put it on my shelf, dropped it, shattered the whole thing.
Damn.
Yeah, so I don't think I'm very lucky at all. I'm lucky to be where I am and who I am and people I have.
Good save.
Yeah, I'm lucky for all that. But if we're talking about like other kind of luck, nah. Not at all.
I'm sorry to hear that. That's crazy, you know.
Well, no, I actually like. I seriously like to like ask my community. I usually go live and say, "Here's my fucked up story of the day," because something so stupid has happened to me that day that makes no sense because I'm just unlucky. But I don't know. I think it makes my life is literally times with some of this just goofy stuff that's happened to me.
Yeah, maybe you could write a book. I
sometimes think about it.
Don't think, just do.
Insane life of me.
Don't think, just do.
That makes no sense. I guess so.
Okay. All right, well, character creation. You set your attributes. Now you're off to your main quest, 1,000 years. So what is your main quest?
Make the world a better place. It's the most open thing possible. Okay, so I go live every night for 8 hours, and during that whole 8 hours, I want to make at least everyone that stops in smile at least once. My goal, like I said, I started streaming to create a safe place for me, and now I want to give back because I finally like I said, I've definitely not beaten depression or suicidal depression by any means, but I'm in 100% a better place than I was. I'm so much safer with myself, you know, like I'm so good at handling things now. So now I want to be able to make a place where people can escape, because I made that for myself. I want people to know that when they come into my stream, they're not going to get judged. They're going to always be welcomed with a smile. They're going to be appreciated, whether they come in once a week, once a month, once a year. I don't care. I want everyone to know that anyone in my stream is loved, and they can be the best person they can be. I want them to be nice to everyone every day. I know that's so much to ask for, just for, you know, people be nice and positive.
Mm-hmm.
But that's worth a shot. So that's my goal with streaming, is that I can at least take my 50,000 people, or at least the ones that come in every night, 100 plus of them, and just make them happy enough to go and want to make other people happy as well, and just be nice. Hold the door for someone, you know. Call your friend. When was the last time you guys messaged your friend and asked them how they were doing? It's winter time, bad mental health months. You guys go message your friend tonight and just say, you know what, I appreciate you. And we do that often. I try to remember, like, just to be like, you know, check up on your friends, you know, tell your parents you love them, if you still have them, because they might not be here one day, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I just try to do as much as I can with that 8 hours to make them laugh, to have just be happy, because it's really hard to be happy in the real world. It sucks. I hate the real world. That's why I try not to go out there. It sucks. I know that reality sucks. Like, it's really not easy for some people, especially for people that unfortunately had to live like I did. It's not easy. So just, if I can just create a few minutes of happiness for everyone that stops in my stream, I think I'm on a good path to hit my main goal. Just making the world a little bit better.
Just a little bit better.
Just a little bit, hopefully.
Yeah. Well, I feel like you're doing a good job. It's a good main quest. All right. So with every main quest, there's always some side quests. So what are some of your side quests?
I would say some of my side quests are setting a good example for my sister, that it doesn't matter what job she does, as long as she enjoys it, that's all. I know I'm not gonna be a millionaire from streaming. I know that most months I just barely get by. I pay my bills, but I'm having so much fun, and I'm in such a better mental health place that I don't think it matters. Like, we didn't, like I said, we didn't grow up with money. So a big thing for me was just telling my sister, because she's like, well, I don't want to be a doctor. I don't want to do this. I don't want, you know, go to school for all these years. We're not gonna have money for me to go to school all these years. And I was like, what do you like to do? Like, what are you passionate about? I was like, don't worry about what mom thinks, what grandma thinks, you know, what your friends are gonna think. Just be happy. Look what I'm doing. I was like, I play video games, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, but I love what I'm doing. Like, I think people forget that not everyone lives to be 100. You could die tomorrow. So why are you not enjoying today? I feel like that's how I've always lived my life, that, you know, streaming's not, I'm not gonna be even if I make it to, you know, 35 plus streaming, I might not. And then what? I don't know, but we're gonna just have to wait to figure out to get there. I'm gonna enjoy where I am now. So I want to set that good example for my sister, because I know it's really hard for a lot of people to have that pressure from your family to go be a doctor, be a scientist, you know, go travel the world. You know, there's like so many like harsh jobs. Go be a lawyer, that, you know, is really hard on some people. And you really have a lot of people really have that pressure from their parents. And like I said, my mom's always had my back no matter what I did. So I want to make sure that I can create that for her and for other people, that you don't have to be a doctor. You don't have to be a lawyer. You don't have to be a salesman. You don't have to, you know, do these things that someone else wants you to do. Do what you want to do, because you're probably not going to live to 100.
Mm-hmm.
You know, be happy now. And if it doesn't work out, well, guess what? You can get another job. It's not that hard. Just keep working.
You can always get another job.
Don't be a shit worker.
There's always other jobs.
Another side quest, other than making people happy and, you know, setting a good example, that to just kind of just follow your dreams in a way, I would say, is I keep finding more stuff out about myself. The more I stream, the more I'm figuring out more about myself, and I want to keep doing that. You know, I spent so much time just being so negative and thinking that everyone was just out to be terrible people. Now like I said, like, two people that blew my mind for being just the kind people they are were Stormbreaker and his brother Crix. Like those people they actually want you to be the best person you can be. Like they're just so kind. And I hope that I can show people the world that too, of like just discover that you can be a nice person inside. Because I'm sure there's people watching my stream that are still bullies, or they are still not the best son or daughter. I hope that I'm able to create that like possibility that you can be these, you know, better positive people. You just have to, you know, want it in yourself. So I guess kind of help people discover that, you know, things don't always have to be the way they are. That you can put yourself in better situations for the most part. So I would say that's one of my side quests.
What's another side quest?
I guess a more fun one would be see the world.
Ooh, see the world. Okay.
Which I know my anxiety is probably not gonna let that happen, but I'm gonna. So like I said, I never grew up with money. We've never been on a family vacation. We don't even go out to dinner. Like we do not have money. So it's nice now that like when I have extra money, like I've been able to go out to lunch with my mom, and like that's bizarre to me because usually like we just don't do that. We went to the movies. Me and my mom went to the movies for I think the first time ever, and that was like crazy. That was super weird. But just being able to take me and my sister to see more than Indiana has been one of the coolest things ever, and I want to keep doing that because I got to take her to Seattle, Washington for PAX South, and then she also went to San Diego with me we went to PAX West and then to PAX South in San Diego, and her eyes were like a deer in headlights the whole time, and that was like the coolest thing. Like I mean, I was enjoying it too while also having severe panic attacks, but like for her to see something that was in Indiana and have so much fun, like I want to keep doing that. I want her to keep being able to see the world. Well, I get to do too, but I always put her first. So
experience your experiences. You plan on going to E3?
I wish. It's a little expensive. If I could afford it, yes, but I don't know. I want to go to PAX West for sure because I've been to PAX West before. I'm going to be more comfortable going back this year because it's not I hope I'm more comfortable. I probably won't be. I'll probably still panic the whole time. But I really liked Seattle. I thought it was very beautiful. There was a lot of business opportunities there. Like I said, I would really like to go to E3, but it's a little expensive.
Oh, okay. Any other side quests?
I don't know. I want to make sure people discover stuff about themselves as well as me. Like I just keep discovering new things about myself every day. My sister gets to see the world. I get to make the world hopefully a better place. Any other side? Anything else I want to get from streaming? I don't know. I think that pretty much balances all of them. Something for me, something for my sister, something for the world.
Makes sense.
That's my 3 side quests. It's gonna take me a long time to get to those anyway.
Yeah, you know how it is. Yeah, it takes some hours to put in. You gotta grind. That's how it is. Okay, so you conquered your main quest. You completed all your side quests. And now you hit your final boss. What is your final boss that you wish to conquer?
Self.
Yourself?
My anxiety.
Your anxiety.
I think that's gonna be the hardest thing for me to get past in streaming is, I don't know, just like that fear of embarrassment, that fear of messing up. I'm so good at spending all night staying up overthinking, like, what if I do this on stream? What if I say something really offensive to someone on accident? Or what if I'm just in a bad mood and I make one of my moderators upset? Or, you know, like I'm always thinking like, what if? And that's like the hardest thing for me. Like I feel like even once I, you know, cure the world and make everyone a happy place, like I think I'm still gonna have to battle myself and even believing I've done it. I think I'm always gonna second guess myself and be like, you didn't do good enough. You still could have done better. You could have made more of an impact. Like, why were you so rude that day? You know, I think I'm still gonna have to conquer not beating myself up every day. Because I'm not as bad as I used to be at it, but I'm definitely still pretty bad about it. So, I think I'll beat it one day. I think I'll get past my anxiety and overthinking, but it's gonna be a long time, I think, before that happens. Because I'm so melted into it. I've been this way since 5th grade. Was when my first like suicidal depression hit. Like my first suicide attempt was when I was in 5th grade. So I've been living with that for a long. I don't know, how old are you in 5th grade? Like 5? No, you're not that old.
What?
Like 10? Like 10?
You'd be a genius.
11? Something like that. So over 10 years now, I've been, you know, beating myself up over things. So it's gonna take a long time till I don't. But I'm pretty confident I can get past it. It's just gonna take a lot of work. But I made it this far, so might as well keep going, right?
Of course, right? It's always a good way to look at it. I made it this damn far. I mean, what more else that I gotta go do? Fuck it. We here. Alright, so you conquered your final boss. And it hits game over. What is the impact or legacy you wish to leave when somebody opens up your save file?
Just be nice. It's not hard to be nice. I feel like, I mean, like I said, the first thing that really created me to be kind of like a bad kid was because people were so mean to me when I was a kid. And then I got into all these other friend groups, and then they would be mean to me, and then my boyfriend was mean to me, and then my mom was mean to me because I was mean to her. Like, if you just choose to be a little bit more kind today than you were yesterday, the world actually could be better.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you could just, like, that's why I'm happy, like, I tied my stream into the theme of aliens, because you see aliens everywhere, and I want people, like, when they see aliens, they think 1,000 years. When they think 1,000 years, they think positivity, open-mindedness, love and care, and just to be nice to people. Like, my cousin got me a book which basically just went over, it's not hard to be nice. Just wake up and say one kind thing to someone. Like, you don't have to be rude. Like, if you start noticing that you're kind of being like a bitch, like, or, you know, you're just being rude to people, like, just take a deep breath, recollect yourself, or even just let people know, like, when I knew that February is a real rough month for me mental health wise. So, like, when I knew this month was coming up, I told my moderators, I was like, straight up, I was like, hey, I'm probably gonna be shitty this month, but I don't mean it. Like, just know I'm going through a lot of mental health stuff right now. Like, even small things like that just show the kind of bigger person you could be, and that the bigger person that you are, and at least that you have that kind of, like, care for people. And that's just, even though you could be being mean, you're still being kind by just bringing that forward and letting them know.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I just, hopefully, if someone were to open up my save file who is 1,000 years, I think just be positive and be kind. You know, do what you can to improve the world. Don't sit in the negativity and the darkness of the world. You know, just find whatever bits of light you have and chase the hell out of it. And next thing you know, you'll be surrounded by nothing but positivity and love and support.
That's one hell of a save file. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, thank you.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
for having me, like I said. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Last question. Where can people find you?
Mixer.com. Exclusively only on Mixer.com/1000 years.
For people that are here, yeah, there you go. Get it. Anywhere else? Any other social media you want to plug in?
I have Twitter, twitter.com/1000 years mixer, Instagram.com/1000 years mixer. I keep my Snapchat super updated too, as far as giveaways and stuff.
Okay.
Just, you know, don't send me streaks or any other weird stuff. It's just A1000 megs, MEGS. And then from there you can find all the smaller social media ones, but those are my 3 big ones, I would say.
Yeah. Awesome. Damn, people. Well, there you have it. It's 1,000 years out here. How do you feel?
I feel great. There was a lot of things that I was kind of hoping to touch on in, you know, this interview, because I've always wanted to talk to my community about it. Because, like I said, I've always tried to be real open, just so like they know that if they need someone to talk to, they can talk to me. Like, I'm not just bullshitting them. Like, I've gone through this. I know how to get past it, kind of thing. There's a couple of things that, like, kind of we talked on today that I've never brought up before, and I'm glad that I was able to have a reason to talk about it. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, I could have talked about it any time, but I feel like it wouldn't be as important. Like, I wouldn't be able to say all the little details that I wanted to say. So
yeah, it's
nice that I think my community is gonna understand. Like, because I feel like it's weird to me that some people look up to me in a way. Like, I've had some people be like, "Oh, you're famous, you know, you're a celebrity." I'm like, "No, got the same heartbeat as you, man. Like, I think sometimes people forget that, like, just because I'm behind the screen and I've got, 100 to 500 people watching me every night, like, I still went through shit, and I still go through shit. Like, I think people forget that, and I want to make sure that I want to make sure my community knows that they can always come to me and that I'm not just sunshine and rainbows every day.
Yeah, of course. All right. There's a thing I like to do. It's kind of like a little achievement, completion achievement.
Mm-hmm.
So I ask you, what's your name and whose save file is this? And then you answer with the utmost authenticity of who you are, and you say, this is my save file. So, floor is yours.
I am Megan, known as 1,000 Years, and this is my save file.
Hey, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. 1,000 years in the flesh. Shared her save file, shared her story, and I feel like the biggest thing y'all can learn from her is that it doesn't matter what the fuck you went through. It's about how you deal what you went through, and you guys are the very proof that she took everything she had and she learned in this life and cultivated it to such a beautiful energy circle here, and you guys are fucking amazing. I see all the follows, I see all the embers and the sparks. Thank you guys so much. You guys are showing much love to me. That just validates how fucking awesome you guys are. Go ahead, spam all them emotes. I don't care. I'm all about self promo. That's all love. So spam the hell out of that shit. Let's go, let's get it. It's all good. Damn, again, thank you so much, Megan, for coming on the show.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
And by the way, a year from now, are you down for part 2?
Oh, absolutely.
Hey, let's go. You guys heard it. I got the proof.
I actually have something called, like, Dear Future Me, which is a letter I write myself every and just to see where I've improved and, like, what has changed every year. Like, I have them all the way starting from, I think, 2012.
Yeah.
Too. So, absolutely. I'd love to follow up and see what's different.
Of course.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I gotta, for the people that are listening, I have a lot of projects in the back that I have interviewed over 10 other mixer partners, so you guys can check out my YouTube channel. All the episodes are on my YouTube channel, found in the little thing here in the description. Go ahead, click on it. I do have a lot of pretty cool projects, and I do plan on having 1,000 Years being a part of these projects, if she wishes to, of course.
Absolutely.
All right, let's fucking go. All right, y'all, it's been fun. Welcome to the Safe File Podcast, episode 20. If you made it this far, thank you for sharing the love, hearing us out, just giving us your time. The most precious thing we all humans have is just time, and thank you for giving that time to us. Megan, thank you again. 1,000 years. I am Gold Lion. Stay happy, stay healthy, and most of all, gamers, stay golden. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.